3.
That just doesn't do it for me. Peter Cetera just does not do it for me.
Glory
Even though it was in
like a knight in shine.
even though it was like whatchamacall, like from the Karate Kid.
From a long time ago.
Yes.
Gonna take you away. Just try a dark chocolate. Is somebody? Oh, are you okay? What happened?
I don't know what happened, but I somehow fixed it. Apparently, we've been on for a half hour with no audio. So you have my deepest apologies. I'm going to give you money back, but it's working now. I just checked it. It just started working. My apologies. I don't know. I don't know why.
My mom was probably trying to like hit it and saying, "What's going on?" Apologies. Welcome to. Let's try this all again. Welcome to the Steve Square Show. Apparently there was an audio. Don't you hate that? I mean, when you're watching the Yankee game and then you don't hear the sound. So apparently you've been unless you're maybe that we have a good mouth reading audience. Oh, lip reading.
Well, it was thank you to Jeff Summer Servos.
Oh, Jeff! Thanks, Jeff.
He was the one commenting that there's no audio. So.
Thank you, Jeff. It's a good thing somebody watches this show. That's Jeff. That was our guest. That was in 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
So let's see if. So let's go back. What you've missed. I'll do a quick recap.
If you guys want to stay on and
no, don't worry. I could quick recap this in 20 seconds. First, I made fun of Steve. I think we did that a little bit earlier.
Yes,
we talked. We did a Broach the Coach. We have a new segment called Ask the Coach. I don't know if
Should we do that all over? We might as well do it all over.
Nah, I don't even want to do that. Steve asked me about some tips. We're doing a new segment called Ask the Coach, or Broach the Coach, if you will, and where people ask me fitness questions. Steve asked about how his routine's going. I said, pick up the tempo. That was done. We talked about Arnold's new book, Be Useful. And his 7 principles, of which a couple of them.
Which one did we go with? How many did we do?
We did 3. We talked about have a clear vision. I made a joke that I can't see. Steve said along he also squints. Then we said the Steve Squint Show. That joke went off well. I also flushed my phone. Then we went to never think small. That's his second principle. And then work your ass off. That was his first 3. So you didn't miss much. We talked about, what else did we talk about? Let me see. Acorns. This weekend I was running on these hard acorns. They're Attack of the Killer Acorns.
Oh, sure.
Will be on Netflix this week.
Yes.
Tony chimed in. He had a bark problem at his house.
Didn't they do a stage version of Attack of the Killer Acorns?
It was a musical.
You were in that over at the studio.
Yes.
You played the Anchorman. Right?
I was Acorn Anchorman. We talked about. I saw one of the. Now I wanted to tell my mom this. I'm glad the audio works now.
Thank God the audio works now, so you can tell your mom this.
My mom, my dad, frequent great listeners of the show, as long as my sister and brother.
Hey, is that us? Wow, we sound great.
We sound great for the first half hour. My mom's watching the playoffs, locked into the MLB. We're baseball people.
Yep.
And the panel is Alex Rodriguez, Poppy, and of course Derek Jeter.
Of course.
My mom sees now Derek Jeter. He's on all these commercials.
Number 3.
Number 2. Not number 3. That's Babe Ruth. So he's
who's that?
What? Baby Ruth. You must know him. It's the chocolate bar covered in nuts.
Is he the guy who hits home runs?
He's the guy that's covered in chocolate.
He hits home runs, right?
Listen to me. Yes.
It's good if we hit a home run, right? That's good.
Yes, Joe.
We're winning, right?
Wait, I'm recapping the show. We don't have a lot of time here.
Go ahead.
So my mom is enamored by Derek Jeter.
Right.
So he's doing this commercial. He's got this stupid commercial about the new van or whatever car.
He's doing a bunch of commercials.
I know. So he's got this commercial with his kids run up to him, and it's the sunset behind him, and he's glowing, loving look at his wife.
I think it's a Hyundai or a
some
Kia.
Piece of crap car.
Wow.
That he would never be driving. You know he would not be driving this. Anyway, they probably gave it to him for the commercial. They probably give him a car, right? You give him a car.
I would think so.
Oh, sure. He's Derek Jeter. Number 2.
Is.
He's number 2. You give him a car. Give him 2 cars. So my mom goes, I love this commercial. Look at his family. I said, I wish you would talk about me like that. I want to know that you love me just as much as you love Derek. And she got offended. She goes, what are you talking about? I go, you fawn over this guy. I'm your son. I won't have this.
I don't see a number 2 on the back of your shirt.
What are you saying?
I'm just saying.
So you know what my mom did?
Scusi.
You made her cry and scream? What's wrong with you?
Also, Let me see what we didn't talk about. So yeah, we said about Arnold. Oh, here's a question for you. You'll know this. What Billy Joel song? Tony, you could chime in if you like. Even though you ruined our show today.
I did.
That's all right.
feel awful.
Sorry,
That's
Tony.
all
Don't
right.
worry about it.
I'm kidding. You know I'm kidding.
it's
Also, Tony mentioned that we can get in on the giraffe.
Oh,
We
that's right.
talked about the giraffe.
Yes, I did.
Patches the giraffe.
Patches the draft.
Frequent listener of the Steve Squin Show. I'm glad they missed that whole Milton Berle segment. I'm glad.
Yeah, it
So
was
glad they missed that.
great bar.
That actually, thank you for that, Tony.
That was a blessing.
That was a blessing. That was dragging right there. What Billy Joel song appeared or was written for this TV series? Hold on. I know Steve's ready to answer. Let me give some. I like to give the mute.
Access granted.
No, sorry about that. No access granted. I want to give a minute so our listeners can try to chime in on this. What Billy Joel song was was written for this TV show? Or well, according to
featured.
It was featured, but according to I forget his name, but he said it was written for. So what? Okay, what show was it? First of all, name the show. Can you name the show?
I believe the show is called Moonlighting.
Starring.
Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd.
Oh, great show. Great show. And what was the song?
The name of the show, the episode, as well as the name of the song, was Big Man on Mulberry Street.
And can you name another song from that album that was played and also featured on this show? There was two. It was that, and there was one more.
No, there was another Billy Joel song on there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't from that album.
Oh, okay. I don't know if it was from that album.
New York State of Mind
Yes,
was
you
in
are
there.
right. Yes, you are right. Congratulations.
Now,
Wait, hold on. Let me give you a applause.
thank you. I did actually cover that on my show on Friday. My mom was watching. Actually, she watched that episode because, like you, she's a frequent reader of Newsday, and she read there's a little feature about it, I think, in Newsday. Glenn Gordon Curran, who created Moonlighting from Long Island. I believe he's from Great Neck. It's been really hard to get that show on streaming because
It's on Hulu now, right?
it is
Moonlighting?
now, but for years it's been very difficult because the music rights are just impossible now. It's just, but they got everything cleared.
I'm going to watch it now.
And that is a great episode Big Man on Mulberry Street. Stanley Donen, who was the director and worked with Gene Kelly and Singing in the Rain and all these great
beautiful.
movies, directed that dance sequence
I'll have to
with the song.
Yes,
Yes.
I will check it out.
Yeah, you need to.
Now, here's also, I was watching this the other day, and for my money, it's probably one of the greatest scenes I've ever seen in a movie, of cinema as we know it. And we watch a lot of, we're cinema buffs.
Yes,
We
sir.
love movies.
Yes.
Kevin Bacon in the tractor scene race in Footloose. Wow.
Brilliant.
It was, talk about it if you will.
I wish I had my blue card so I could have my notes.
And the song, do you know the song that was played during that tractor race that Kevin Bacon in Footloose?
It's like God helps those or something. Heaven helps those.
No, it was I Need a Hero.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I need a hero.
Of course.
And they're driving the tractors and they do a pan shot, which was a mistake. As a camera, from a camera's eye, from a directorial eye, it showed that the tractors were moving maybe 1 to 2 miles an hour. They should have stayed close up on Kevin Bacon's hysterical face, trying to change the gears.
Well, those things move pretty slow.
What was that date of that Mulberry show of Moonlighting? Can you do that? Because I have the date of that episode. Let's see how good you guys are.
I'll take a guess. The show started 86. I'll say 1987, 1988.
And okay, I have the date, but
Yeah, I
okay.
don't know the
You want to go
exact-
the year? Okay, what year?
1987, 88.
I'm going with 87.
87.
Yeah. Okay.
Final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
You're both wrong.
Really?
That was easy.
86.
Wow.
Okay, 86.
86. The song was written November. Well, the show was November 18th, 1986.
The album came out around the same time as the. Yeah, I think he wrote that. Billy wrote that long before. Yeah, there was ever going to be featured on.
This will be a fast thing because I want to get to the main segment.
Absolutely.
I'm glad the audio came for it. I'm just a little, my bridges are burnt, and I'm a little annoyed. Listen to how many players from the Mets and Yankees are currently playing in the postseason right now. Let's start it off. Zach Wheeler, and they're not just on the roster. They're main cogs.
And they're
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These are pivotal players.
Yep.
Zach Wheeler, ace of the Phillies staff. Jordan Montgomery, ace of the Texas Rangers staff, former Yankee. Justin Verlander, top staff of Houston. Max Scherzer, pitching tomorrow for the Rangers. Aroldis Chapman, who looked horrible but got out of a jam the other day. Nathan Eovaldi, who was a former Yankee. Thank you. And let's do some players. Aaron Hicks was on Baltimore. Josh Donaldson played for Milwaukee. That piece of crap. And we'll round it out with Steve, thank you for this one, Tommy Pham.
Tommy Pham.
Who's still playing right on the Diamondbacks.
He's on the Diamondbacks.
So I have one thing to say to all of them. Go screw yourself.
A lot of them were, were
Wasn't-
traded.
Yeah,
They
they
weren't-
got traded,
it's-
right.
I know. It's true. It's Scherzer and Verlander was sent to pack in. Wheeler was traded, I guess.
Wheeler's.
Why did they
years
give up
ago.
on him? I thought he was a good pitcher.
It was his year, and he opted out. Free agent. Tommy Pham was traded this year also.
Right. He was a good player, too. I always liked Tommy
He
Pham.
did.
He's
I
a
like
good hitter.
Tommy. I like Tommy.
He's a
Pham
good
also.
player. Now, Aroldis Chapman, I have no qualms about. I don't care. I never wanted to see
God,
that
he's
guy.
a nightmare.
Oh, my God. So, Steve, let's get to the... it's fall time. And again, it got...
Fall Motumbo.
Thank you, because it got
On-
muted. We
yes.
Muted.
Tony muted us.
Tony muted us.
How dare
you know,
you,
you
sir.
don't... I feel censored.
I know. I think Tony's playing the man.
You're
today.
not muted.
the man.
No, we were muted earlier.
bringing us.
Well,
Bringing
it's beyond
us,
your technical
putting us
control.
down.
Truth be known, they were talking about all sorts of dirty stuff. I just couldn't have it.
Yes, that's right.
Our show is
Oh,
dirty. It's filthy. You can't keep it clean. Now, Steve, don't look. Oh, well, you can look. Actually, I have the receipt. I'm taking these back. Taking these apples back. So we're gonna do our new.
You love
We
those
got we got a
apples,
fall
though. It's your
show.
favorite.
This is a fall Mutombo show, and we're doing a segment called "How You Like Them Apples." Taken from what line from what movie?
Goodwill Hunting.
Thank you. Now, Steve, whenever you're, so this is what I wanted to say. That line that you always say to me when I ask people, what do you want to make the check out to? Make it out to a personal friend. I like to make it out. My friends call me Cash. Along those lines. What was that line? Where did you get that from?
Now, I thought you knew this
I did not.
forever. It's a great line in the movie The Producers.
Oh, yes, you did tell me that.
So, yes, so Zira Mostel is
Yes. Yes.
Being a gigolo to these geriatric old women, rich women, and she says, "Oh, I'll be more than happy to give to your show. What's a weird name for the show? Cash."
Now, I have clean apples here.
Now,
Are you open to taking a bite and guessing which kind of apple each one is? These are clean. You don't have to if you don't feel comfortable.
I mean, do you?
I bought them for you.
You're not going to be able to return them, though.
No, that's okay. It's part of the segment. I'll spend
Okay.
the $3.
Okay.
So I want you to keep the sticker facing away from you so you can't guess
That's
the
so
apple.
fun.
Can you? Well, you can't guess. And I don't eat the sticker. So what we have here is a simple apple, nothing behind it. Steve, you can try to take a bite, small or big, and then you try to guess what that apple is. Feel the texture. Look at the color. It's nice. You're feeling that a little weird, Tony. They call that appling up. Let it roll around. Let it feel it. Enjoy it. Wow, this segment's going to take longer than I thought. It takes a while to chew an apple.
And you didn't need sound for that, but
That's
damn
true.
it.
We should have did this earlier with no sound. The whole show shouldn't have sound. I'm an advocate for the show being muted. What do you think? Chew loudly into the mic. It's better. Spit into that mic. Is there a show after us?
Yes.
Oh, wow. This is very, very good.
I don't know how they're going to top this show.
I'm going to say this is
Give me this. I can't. Give me the apple back.
I'm going to say this is a... It looks a little large, so I don't think it's a Fuji. I'm going to say it's a Gala apple.
It's a Fuji.
Fuji. Oh my God.
Oh, Steve.
You see, I know. You see, you see, there was a 50-50 thing. I know Steve's two favorite apples are the Fuji.
Right.
This is how I know him. Maybe I know him a little too well.
I am a
He's
Fuji.
the Fuji and the Gala.
I'm
the
a friend
two
of the
apples
Fuji.
He always buys.
Now, stay on this side. A little different color.
Yeah,
I don't know. Are you a friend of that colored apple?
I'm not a friend of a yellow apple.
All right, but let's take a small bite, and if you want, get rid of the Fuji. Oh, this is going to be a while. Yeah, what it gets right? Don't they say that? Yeah, you're supposed to, like with caviar.
Wash your palate.
Wash the palate. Thank you, chef. Thank you, chef.
Thank you, Chef Colicchio.
This next apple is a glazed from the orchards of the... We'll try to eat the...
Pickety thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't pick a good apple. Okay. What are you thinking?
It's not a Gala, is it?
Galas are red.
No, I know. I figured that.
I'll give you one more guess.
God. A banana apple. I don't know.
That's a golden delicious. That's a
Of course. Okay, that's so silly. I could
golden
have gotten
simple.
that without just
Right, you
looking
could.
at
That's
it.
what I thought you would say it right off the bat. I thought you were playing with me. Let's see what we got here. Try to change it up a little bit.
I don't like that one too much. It's all right.
Yeah, it's not
very flavorful.
Here we go. This is interesting. This is an interesting apple.
Oh, wait.
Okay, again, the sticker's on this side, so stay on that side.
Okay.
Oh, there's two stickers. Let me get that sticker off. Okay, so stay that way. Don't look. Turn it around. You can.
You got stickers all over the place.
There's one sticker. That's it.
Okay.
Oh well, yeah. I should have just did that. That's stupid of me. Okay, I know the apple now. Feel the texture. We should do this next show with steak. Right? That's a ribeye. Ribeye.
You're definitely a Macintosh.
You're wrong. That's a Honey Crisp.
Okay.
Honey Crisp.
These
Who was
look like-
actually just voted off Dancing with the Stars
These
last
look like
weekend.
the apples you see upstate.
Is that right?
They do.
Honey Crisp.
You're right. This is a Honeycrisp. I think that's the ones they grow.
That's a
upstate.
big favorite, and it's one of the most expensive of the apple family. Easy, Steve. You don't eat the whole apple. It's a long show. Actually, thanks to Tony, it's a short show.
It's from New York.
I'll give one more. Let's try one more. This is kind of easy. Should I give him? Yeah, I'll give him this. No. Okay, we'll go this way.
Good God.
Okay. Get rid of the sticker. And then there you go. Oh. This is your standard give a teacher an apple. This is the one you usually see, right? Given to Mrs. Crabtree on the Little Rascals.
Yeah, I could see that.
Well, you probably don't even have to eat it. Do you know what that is?
It was a red delicious.
That's a
apple.
red delicious apple.
And they're all right. Skin is usually not as flavorful on this.
And the red delicious? Okay.
I like it better. I like once you get through the skin,
This is gross. I
the
got all
apple
Steve's
is-
half-eaten apples.
the apple is good.
And the last one I'll let you just look at. Again, you don't have to eat it because I know you don't like these colored apples. This is actually a really good pie-making apple. Very good for making pie. Mm-hmm. What would that be? Feel it. Feel it. Show it to the audience.
God didn't make little green apples, rain in Indianapolis in the summertime. These are the green apples that you make for apple pies. Yes.
What are those?
Hey, know how you know it's how they make them for apple pies? Because who makes apple pies?
Your grandma.
Your grandma does. This is a Granny Smith apple.
Granny Smith. Now, do you know why it's called a Granny Smith?
I don't know. I figured some old lady put it together.
I don't know why. Well, anyway. Here, Steve. You
On
can have...
Remember story.
Yeah. Enjoy this. This is all your apples.
I'll take this.
Oh, you'll just take that Honeycrisp to go?
Return that.
I'll return the rest. Half-eaten apples. I'll
I
say
know
this
you-
weren't good.
You were terrible. I could see you doing this. It'd be so
I would
funny.
not do that. This was worth the segment, the $3. I'll expense it later to the governors. Will they pick it up? Who do I ask on that? Do I go in the office right there?
Yeah, hold your breath on that one.
Thanks, man. I'm going to go in the office and I'm going to say, do you think there's any way, and this is what I'm going to get.
We're gonna say no to that.
No. No. Yes. No.
And then this is what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Was that the drop in of the week here?
I felt bad. I guess I'm glad we have a minute for this. Obviously, I felt bad. Suzanne Summers passed away.
Yes, that's very sad.
I did want to mention that. I was a fan of Suzanne Summers. I really, I love that show. One of my favorite shows. The Three's Company was so good. And she was very smart, she was an entrepreneur. She really developed the Thigh Master and was big into health foods and living a certain kind of veganist way of life and really holistic.
Right.
And obviously she had a lot of books and very smart. Yep. And she was smart. It's funny because she's playing this dumb blonde in Three's Company, but she was very shrewd enough to know I'm kind of the star of the show, even though John Ritter
really was.
She kind of had
certainly deserved something.
Yeah, and I think back then they were very much this is John Ritter gets this, you two girls get this money,
right?
And kind of blowing them off. And then she, I guess, didn't realize and maybe played the cards a little,
right?
And they said go,
right.
But the show was never the same.
No, it really wasn't after she left. They can say they did the right thing, but
when you look at Cheers and Shelley, and you look at I look at Cheers and I say, well, Shelley Long was funny and I like Shelley Long, but Kirstie Alley was just as good.
See, Shelley thought she was
irreplaceable,
but Kirstie Alley really
was fantastic.
Did a great job.
Almost better. It's very hard to be better than the original, but different.
It was better. It was different. The mistake they made in the old TV sitcoms is when someone left the show, they picked a different character, but this different person with a different name, but the same kind of character.
Right.
Which totally
no.
You can't do that.
No, because you don't want to fill somebody else's shoes. You want to be different. And it was like, and even in that same show, Woody replacing Coach.
Right. You're not gonna replace the Coach. I mean, it's just an iconic character.
Right. So Woody coming in as a whole different thing is better. I used to like that show with Michael J. Fox, Spin City.
Yep.
And the same thing. Then Charlie Sheen comes in, but it was good.
Right.
Because he was more the playboyish, which is him.
Right.
And it fits.
Yeah, it did. It didn't help him that much, but it wasn't a bad show. After
that's what I mean. It kind of held its own.
Right.
Where the shows like Three's Company just flopped. I didn't like what they did also in MASH. I always liked the original MASH, I guess, because I thought they were more comedic. They got so serious when they...
Well, that's...
But that was, again, the writing and Alan Alda.
That was Alan Alda's control over the show.
Right. The later shows with... I always liked Larry Linville as Frank. I thought it was... McLean Stevenson is so funny. Those were better shows.
Well, that was McLean's choice, though. McLean's choice was to leave.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is why that's the whole thing. He left the show because... I mean, he had so many things going for him at that point. He was filling in for Johnny Carson at that point. And they were talking of him eventually replacing Johnny as a host.
Wow.
And then...
McLean Stevenson?
Yes, he was. If they were always thinking, well, if Johnny ever leaves, McLean would be a great... And he was a good host. He was very good. What happened was, every show he did was just a bomb. I think the first show... He stayed at CBS. First show he did was a sitcom where it was Norman Lear sitcom.
Right.
With him, Priscilla Lopez, if you remember, she was on From Chorus Line.
Yes.
She comes right on From Chorus Line. They play a priest and a nun. And it was terrible. Lasted 5 weeks. Then there was another show
4 weeks too long.
Hello Larry, where he played a talk show host. God. I mean, terrible.
Is there supposed to be a... Now, this might be a joke. Was there... I heard rumors, some kind of Seinfeld reboot of the last episode?
He was at he was on did a show the other night, and he kind of gave the hint that they might be doing something, that they're working on it. They're talking about it.
Okay.
Then him and Larry are talking about doing like
a final episode or just a whole season? No.
Yeah, well, he mentioned the fact a lot of people complained about the ending, but I don't know what that means, if it's going to be a continuation or whatever, but he sounds something like that, yeah.
I'm moving through these very fast because, again, we apologize for you.
I gotta eat this apple.
Eat that apple. I
Thank
like
God
that.
the
That
sound's
sounds good.
working.
Steve, do you know the most used song in movies? I talked about this last week, but I was wondering if you knew. Tony, the most used song in movies.
The most used song in movies.
Yeah, the number one song that's been played in in movies.
Hallelujah, Leonard Cohen. I don't know.
That's probably
Happy Birthday.
There you go.
Is that really? That's it?
That's it.
Holy crap, I was joking.
That's an obvious choice, actually.
What is the most recorded song?
The most recorded.
The
song.
most recorded song in history.
Oh, I don't know.
Yesterday?
No. Oh wow.
Over 3,000 different recordings.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That's interesting. Do you know some of the other most used songs? There was Happy Birthday, Can't Touch This, MC Hammer, and also My Credo. What a Wonderful World, Louis Armstrong.
Right.
Chariots of Fire. It's in a lot of songs. A lot of movies. Sweet Home Alabama.
Really?
Yeah, is up there.
I just can't even think of one.
I would never think of Sweet Home Alabama. It plays a lot, but never on a movie. I don't know.
That's what it said.
I just remember during the 90s and maybe the 2000s, on every TV show, they kept on using Hallelujah. Like every drama, like ER. It's like,
I just wanted to say this. We're in the wrong business. Long Island Pot Shop earns $1.5 million per week. $1.5 million per week.
That's the one in Farmingdale, right?
That's the one in Farmingdale.
Yeah, I heard about that.
They are cranking it out. Maybe they need help over there. We'll go over there. We'll start at the beginning. We'll be like pot
Stock
cashier,
boys.
pot stock boys. We'll stock the pot. We'll be connoisseurs. Oh, ma'am, let me show you our pot area, our, some other, pot instruments or different paraphernalia, if
Right.
you will, to smoke your pot. This is just the beginning. Soon they're going to have crack stores. Right? A crack drive-through. You drive through, you get your crack. It's not unlike KFC.
it was a good apple.
Thanks. Fans fill the seats for the Taylor Swift thing. She's pulling in. She's raking in the dough.
She was on SNL, too. Her and her boyfriend.
Oh, that Tracy Kelsey crappy idiot. I hate that guy.
Wow.
Oh, I got a lot of anger.
Oh, wow.
You don't see a lot of garage sales anymore, I was noticing. I was running, and I ran past a house that had all their shit outside on their front lawn, and I was thinking, I miss those days where people just emptied out their all their garbage and threw it on their lawn and sold it for change.
We have them in our neighborhood.
Do you have garage sales in your
Yeah.
neighborhood?
Yeah, absolutely.
I never see them anymore. I miss that where people, haggle over, broken armchair arm wahs that have like blood stains on them. I miss those days.
Just gotta wear your glasses when you run.
Why
Steve.
don't we do that next weekend? Let's go to garage. People do that. They get up early and they go to garage sales. I have a friend that does that. I don't know what she's doing.
It's crazy.
It makes no sense to me.
Crazy.
It just doesn't make sense. 1.5 million. 729. Let's see if there's any other news worth.
No good.
Oh, here's the reimagined Seinfeld
Yeah.
finale. Yep. Mean Girls is doing a commercial. Oh, see this? Look at Hal's face, angry. He was taking names, Look at that. That's an owner that cares. Cares about what? I don't know. And here's a Frasier reboot, right? They're doing the Frasier. Have you watched this Frasier
I have
reboot?
not seen it yet. I read the reviews were not particularly good.
I just feel like leave it alone. Sometimes it's hard. They're older. The jokes are not the same. I think that's hard to redo Frasier.
It is.
30 years later or whatever it is. I just leave it alone. They just don't leave things alone. New shows, Dumbbells.
Seriously.
Doing all the shows from the 90s. Come on. Do I have anything else in my bag?
Got more apple crisp. What is this? Which apple was this?
You really like that. You're really enjoying it. I'm glad you're enjoying that. That's how you need to eat. You need to eat healthy. You can't eat all this crap. You go through the drive-thru extra crispy. Original. I give you 12 herbs and spices right there.
This is made from God's green earth.
That's right. And then sprinkled with a little pesticide. God's green earth and coated with a nice array of different various PhD 4 number 5s. Little aerosol on that apple. How's it taste?
Gives a little kick there. I like
Does it? Give it just a nice little bit of sheen to the apple.
Bam!
See, your apple should never be too shiny because that's a gloss they're putting on or a wax.
Really? Mm-hmm. I never knew that.
Yeah, to make it more appealing in the store. They don't want, that's why I get Fuji's, because they do not have that sheen or that gloss. No gloss on the apple.
To all to that grocer out there, put away that shine box. That's right.
Mi scusi. What, that was from, what? Top Gun?
Not quite, Steve.
Iceman, put away that shine box. Oh, I know what it was from. Come on. What do you take me for? A schlep? Silver top, ladies and gentlemen. I know we missed that part of the show. Yes, I'm using a silver top. Anyway, we're going to close shop now at 7:32. I think we've done enough. We don't need to go anymore.
I feel like his show's gone fast.
It's going fast, man.
Feels like a half an hour.
Feels like a half an hour. Feels like a $25.
No, you're getting
I'm joking.
We were joking.
Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in for half of the We apologize. That was no problem. People don't even start till 7 o'clock anyway. I talk to people. I say, did you see what happened when we opened the show? I go, it was amazing. And they go, no, I started at 7.
Yeah, sure.
Because you're getting, there's traffic. You put your pot pie in the microwave. You get it. You sit down in front of the TV to watch a little, enjoy the Steve Squared show.
Absolutely.
What, you a chicken or beef pot pie?
Chicken.
Chicken, Tony?
Beef.
And I'll make the deciding vote. I do not go near pot pie. I used to love it as a kid. It's another thing long gone. The pot pie. You got to make sure you don't burn yourself on the hot gravy. We like to give tips here on the
We
Steve
need to
Squared
do a
Show.
movie about you. Just like what was that? Super Size Me. But no, we don't have to do McDonald's. Simple foods that people love. A little pie.
Pie.
Like a pie. Or, a pot pie. Or red meat. All the stuff that you have like...
What was the 7 birds of... what's the nursery rhyme? 7 birds of Papa... No. Blackbird pie.
Sing a song of sixpence.
A pocket full of rye. Mary had a full of land, and then she built her. Then you
4 and 20 blackbirds
birds baked in a pie, and this pie, and then no more pie," said the little rabbit. No, that was Tricks It for Kids commercial. Anyway, you learn nothing on this show, if not other than
you're gonna work just fine in a pot shop.
I think I'll be fine there. Yeah. Let's go in. We'll try to get jobs there.
Okay.
So if you are looking to buy marijuana, me and Steve will probably be working there this week. Maybe Tony. Probably not. Tony's got his hands full with a giant giraffe named Patches. Patches Hooligan. For myself, for Patches, for Tony, for Steve, for Macintosh, Gala, Honeycrisp, and Fuji. Thanks so much for tuning in. You can always go on Stephen R. Kaminsky Instagram. You can check out some of the fun stuff. Tony's playing us out. That means my acceptance speech is done. Steve, anything to end off with?
Never break. Just hit right where I go right by it. I don't know.
He's not the best in the business for nothing.
I'm not.
Thank you so much.
This doesn't mean you were done. You were signing off, so I put the music on. You want to keep going? Keep going.
No, I'm done.
Oh, all
you
right.
could close us out. We've done all we can. Have a great week. I've done enough. Angry already. Spoiled everything. Are we still on?
Yes.
And that's another thing, you.
That's another thing. Take your bag of apples. How you like them apples? Huh? My ears always feel weird.
This is like the best.